Yo! Video games.
Let's do number 10. Let's start writing this list.
We did it, Chad.
We did it. I don't feel good about it, but we did it. You know, and we know it's whack, but we did it. Because this is effectively our list.
It's a personal list.
We have to keep it personal. Most of these games up here that we're trying to stand to stay up here are for personal reasons.
Yeah. And while I wasn't really necessarily involved in a lot of Blackout and with you guys,
watching it, bro.
Watching it, dude, it was magic. It was funny as fuck.
Let me ask you a question.
Dude, remember the one where Steve was like alone, and you were. Remember the time Steve was alone and like everyone had the samurai swords and stuff, and you were like watching Steve.
That fucking guy chased Steve.
You go, Steve, he's coming!
And this guy is just like running after you, and you close the door right time. He's like, ah!
Holy shit!
Yeah, in the dam, and close the door to go up the elevator.
Yeah, he was going to the elevator. I put like a stinger sound, like, and he turned up. Ah! He was trying to fucking murder you. Because when you get the samurai sword, you run. Yeah, you're like fucking like a xenomorph was chasing his ass.
Yeah,
it was so funny, bro. And I'm like, start running! He's coming!
I gotta ask you a question, Nico. When did you start watching Yo Video Games?
So I found Max, funny enough, believe it or not, Max of 83, Dragon Ball Fighters tutorial video.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, I thought the game was fucking awesome, and I was like, I just want to know how to play this game, so I was like, it was basic combos.
That's how some other people, that's how J-God found us too.
Yeah, so then I saw him posting streams and started watching from there, and then I saw you guys and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, that's crazy.
All right,
I know,
Right there.
Let's move this forward so we can look.
So what's 10?
Chat!
10's Blackout.
Okay.
Chat, I have a question for all of
That was the
you.
one we were arguing
All
hard.
right, never mind.
When was the first time you started watching Yo Video Games? Give us a moment. I want to see what moment actually comes up the most.
Dragon Ball is actually a big one for my channel, just in general.
Dragon Ball is
Dragon
huge.
Ball's a big one. A lot of people, that was a generational game that introduced a lot of people.
I'm seeing a lot of SKX.
A lot of MKX.
A lot of
Hell
MKX.
yeah, brother!
A lot of MKX.
Hell yeah!
Today.
Yeah, that's for you, Chad. It's over there.
Today.
It's funny how like, there's so many era games. Like we literally have like 2015 era over here, and there's like the 2017 era. with
Early
Dragon
assist
Ball
means. Early
R7.
assist means.
Fuck, bro.
All right, what's 9?
Street Fighter 3? Okay.
Third Strike videos.
Yeah, Third Strike videos.
That's
crazy.
like early 2010s.
Wow.
What's 9?
What's number 9? Blackout's crossed out.
Let me get there. Got it.
Oh, somebody said Blitz days.
Hell
The
yeah.
early Blitz stuff. That's
Hell
dope.
yeah.
Yeah, Blitz was dope. That's cool.
I would argue RE7 VR.
Damn.
You know what? Okay, so I would say probably the same thing, only because I do
Killer
think I think RE2 Remake is a better game. I think it's a more fun game to play. RE7's good. VR amplifies the fuck out of that experience, but at the same point, how far can that go?
Yeah.
So I think RE7. I was thinking RE7 is.
Cockroach moment. That's fucking hilarious.
I agree. So it doesn't matter. That's three.
Oh, is that 3?
That's majority vote.
Steve, how pissed off are you that RE7's at number 9?
That would actually make me scream internally.
All right, internally scream away.
All right. So
Wow.
let's see it.
Wow.
That's his internal screaming.
That is my internal screaming right now. What the fuck? Oh.
7 we're talking about. It's VR.
My God.
RE7, but with VR, and it's an experience you can only play on the PlayStation
And you know what?
4.
I'm glad that that's there because
That is insanity.
the VR generation was this generation.
Yeah.
Like the introduction
Started
of
and
VR.
died with RE7.
Yes, like, it literally like VR started with the best VR game. Like, oh my god.
All right. Let's we can put Nier at number 8.
I wouldn't agree to that, but I think I'm gonna get outvoted.
Yeah.
And Nico says no, I say no, but
You
these
can
two
do-
will agree. So let's just be real here.
I struggle with that. I don't know how far Nier will go.
Simmons.
Go big
I love
further
Nier.
for me.
No,
But
I love Nier Simmons. Come on,
You
bro.
love the fan.
I'm the only other one here that played a portion of it.
This guy.
I personally would have put it a little further, but
Why would he say that?
But what would?
Why would he say that?
So like, there's 2 RPGs up here. There's
Love
a
it.
ton of goddamn third-person action games.
I would put Nier above Ghost.
Really?
Yeah, get out of
Yes,
here,
I
Steve.
would.
Would you let that happen?
They wouldn't, but I would.
Somebody spelled Tsushima wrong.
Did he?
Sushi Mama.
It starts with a T.
I put Sushi Mama.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I didn't write
That
it.
was me.
Bitch. I lived there. I grew up in Tsushima.
Oh,
That's where I
Tsushima.
grew up.
Sushi Mama.
And I like Ghost. I do. I do like Ghost of Tsushima a lot. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm going to get the game with the best fucking story in any video game as high as I can.
Sure.
That is my fucking plan.
Okay, Simmons, I know it's you. The thing is that you like Ghost of Tsushima.
like-
You really
I
like.
do
Ghost of Tsushima.
really
You
like
really
Ghost of
like Ghost of Tsushima.
But he likes Near More.
He does. I mean, dude, this guy's saying this, and this is Mr. He loves art, beautiful nature. That game is Ghost of Tsushima.
I honestly think
he
Final
loves
Fantasy.
that shit.
I think Final Fantasy should be like number 8.
No.
It could
No,
be, but
come
7
on.
is just sitting there and it's so
No.
Look, no, look, guys, we're gonna solve it. Nier at 8, Final Fantasy at 7. Final Fantasy 7 remake.
That's just
Boom.
because it's poetic.
Boom.
I did that last
Poetic.
time, and
well, we're
they
doing it
voted
again. We're
they
doing it
voted
fucking
against
again.
me.
Final Fantasy 7 remake at 7.
I'm okay with it.
Hey, there it is.
Are you, yeah?
Nier should be at 8.
Yeah, Nier's
I'd
at
say
8.
Near is
Oh,
8.
okay.
Nier's at
I'd
8.
say FF7's at 7.
7.
That's fine.
I want Final Fantasy 7 at number 7. I don't give a fuck.
There it is.
That's 3,
That's
so that's
3,
majority.
then it's alright.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
already happened.
There it is.
Doesn't-
It's happened.
Doesn't even
Yeah, it happened.
It doesn't
This should happen before.
Yeah.
Tried so hard, I got so.
You probably could have fought for it.
Simmons, you got Nier on this list. You got Nier on the list, okay? You got Nier on the list. That's good. You should be happy. Max is making squiggly stuff. Now it's all.
I made a butt.
Yeah.
Butt.
Cheeks.
Big old fat ass
then
cheeks.
put,
Damn,
FF7.
Bye.
Let's get to
The
the
list is cooking.
Let's get to the real stuff.
I like colons in these titles.
Yeah.
And right here.
Oh,
There's two. There's two right there.
Damn. That's a big colon.
Okay. I drew a butt.
Get that out of there. Yep. There you go.
I don't agree, but what are you gonna do?
All right. So,
Let's start crossing.
Monster Hunter World should be 6. My
Nope.
opinion. My opinion.
Nope.
Who's next?
No,
Damn.
yeah, I don't agree with that either.
I think Spider-Man should have been 8.
I
Hell no.
agree.
Hell no.
No, I don't agree.
Nope.
I think Spider-Man's top 5.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Spider-Man
Hey,
1.
when you like, let's say you
That
like,
experience was fucking crazy.
yes,
It was like the superhero games cannot be this good.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking crazy.
jumping off the building and
I
hearing
I
the.
do not like open world games, bro. I do not like them.
Wait, okay, so which one of these do you think Spider-Man is better than this? This. What else? What do we have?
MKX.
MKX. You think it's better than all those?
Wait, no, we didn't say that.
Because
those
these are the final 6.
Yeah, these are the final
These
6.
are the final 6.
You're saying what are those games? You think
Well, one of those games. Well, you're saying one of those games is worse than Spider-Man.
yes?
Yeah. Okay. One of those games would be worse than Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yes. I think one of them is.
What? Which one?
I think God of.
No. Oh, yeah, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Whoa. Okay. I have a proposition. I think Ghost of Tsushima is number 6.
No.
I think God of War and Spider-Man are better.
I think Ghost of Tsushima is better than.
Ghost of Tsushima has the multiplayer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was that good. It was
Oh,
a
I
little
thought it was
grindy.
It was
great.
pretty great.
It was a
but-
little. To me, it was
I
a
thought it
little
was
grindy.
fantastic, and the like dude, I love
Ghost over gods.
So I did no one.
Well,
no
hold
one-
on, hold on.
Ghost might be
Who
the-
said Monster Hunter for 6? Who said?
I did.
He said that,
Yes.
and then you're saying.
I
And
said
he's saying
no.
Ghost of Tsushima for 6.
Who said? You said Ghost for 6?
Yes.
I said Ghost of Tsushima for
I think
6.
Spider-Man for 6.
And you say Spider-Man for 6, and Kenny says.
What's
for
6 goes?
Fuck, maybe Monster Hunter World.
Okay, that's 2 for Monster Hunter.
And I say Spider-Man.
Wow. So stalemate?
This is a debate
Fuck.
between. There's a debate between Spider-Man and Monster Hunter World.
Okay, Monster Hunter World's for Spooderman.
Because two of us say Spider-Man, two of us say
So that
Monster
means
Hunter World, and
Steve
one of us
has the choice because
says
now you
Ghost.
gotta pick because that's literally we're tied. You're the only one.
No. I think it's Max because Max wanted he wanted
Ghost?
Oh, is it you?
Yeah, he wanted Ghost.
I want a Ghost.
Yeah. So he's the outlier.
okay.
So
It's
it actually
you.
comes. So Max
So
is
I have
the
to choose between Spider-Man or Monster Hunter at 5 and 6.
At 6.
6. It has to be 6.
At 6.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Spider-Man is top 3, dude.
Wow.
Why'd you do this then?
Yes.
Wow.
Why did you do this?
Democracy.
I didn't do it.
Wow.
He did it. He did it.
He has to.
I didn't do it.
No, because
Nico did it.
I did it. I did it.
That happened that way.
I did it. I'm fucking proud.
that's
that happened.
wild.
There's no fucking
That
way,
happened
dude.
that way.
That's
You were
wild.
to say Spider-Man was better than Monster Hunter World.
Chad,
on.
nothing
Yeah.
but dude sad.
problem is that
PlayStation?
For
What
PlayStation.
happened when the position came to me
That's
is
wild.
that those two games were put against each other.
Yes.
I think, what did I say at the start of this? Spider-Man is top 5. But also, I think Monster Hunter likely was going to make top 3, top fucking 2 or some shit. But no one else seems to agree with me.
No.
So to me, Spider-Man was not above Monster Hunter. They were going to sit down here with each other. But now, because I have to fucking choose, Monster Hunter beats Spider-Man.
That's ridiculous.
Because I have to fucking choose.
That's insane,
Absolutely
bro.
ridiculous.
And this is where this is where
Democracy.
Democracy.
this is where
Chat.
that's the way the cookie
I
crumbles.
need dude sads and booze. I
right.
need dude sads and
What's
booze.
number 5?
What's number 5?
Well, then it obviously it's Monster
Because
Hunter.
we
is it?
Yes.
Because I was debating
Because
for
you
Monster
wanted
Hunter to
that
go
too.
even
Why did you say
top-
Bill
even
Gates?
further.
You said the same thing.
Because
for Monster Hunter
you
or
made a
Spider-Man, so
tiebreaker
obviously
scenario.
the
I was
Spider-Man
no
Monster
matter
comes
what. I was
first.
going to get out.
Because we weren't
You
arguing
were
with Heels
here.
because it was too
So
high
you
up.
helped me.
I know.
Monster Hunter has to go to number 5, Max. That's the only way it works.
I might say Data Boy.
I say MKX is number 5.
Oh,
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I think that's where MKX
so-
stops.
So now you're making it personal, bro. See,
Dude,
now it's
motherfucker,
personal.
I played that game more than all of you guys.
No.
I think this is the point
Now
where,
it's being personal.
where
See, now you're being
MKX
disrespectful.
I think it literally goes
Being
right down the
disrespectful.
fucking middle.
There's crazy disrespect right now, bro.
It's divisible by 10.
Crazy.
Okay?
I'm gonna respect the majority here. So what do you guys? Because
I think
don't have
MKX
much
is
of the rest.
completely fair at 5, dude.
I'll agree.
Because then look at this shit, man. Come the fuck on.
You already fucked that up with Spider-Man at 6.
Yeah.
Would you have preferred MKX at 6?
Is MKX better than Spider-Man?
I'd put MK. I'd put
Because that was the idea. Is that or would MKX have
Spider-Man
gone here?
is quintessential PlayStation, man.
So wait a minute. Are we changing our mind? Are
we
we
can't
like?
even fucking change our mind. Steve said we can't change our mind.
You're saying MKX is worse than Spider-Man.
You're saying you would put MKX over Spider-Man?
No, Spider-Man would go much higher in my
Okay,
list.
Steve. Spider-Man over MKX?
We're just making it so like Spider-Man's like number 5 when it should be like top 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how Spider-Man even got this fuck. Why would you
low.
want Spider-Man? Who voted for
I-
Spider-Man to be 6, dude? That's
Me
fucking.
and Nico.
Me and
What
Nico.
the fuck, guys?
They didn't like the game as much, right? So that we just concluded
It's
that.
quintessential to fucking PlayStation 4, bro.
I get it.
It is the quintessential fucking PlayStation 4 game.
You're not
Dude, no,
wrong.
it is-
That's
it is-
wild.
But I also think
Dude.
it's not as good as the other ones on here. Personally.
Fucking Monster Hunter?
Yeah. But Monster is way.
I'd put Monster Hunter.
Monster is way better than Spider-Man.
Nah, dude, man, that's the problem. Is that Spider-Man?
What the fuck is going on?
Again, to reinforce my thought process when I was going into that choice, I thought Spider-Man was top 5 until it was put against Monster Hunter, which I thought was top 3. I thought Monster Hunter was bad. I was trying to get Monster Hunter into top 3.
But that's because
This is
people,
wild.
other people said that Monster Hunter is below that. People
I know.
were that, so that like that, it was just okay.
So that's
we're
why
at that tiebreaker.
that's why we're fucking here. That's why we're here. Is that
But
I was
okay.
like, I thought both of them were top 5.
Okay,
I thought,
it's for
if you're
5.
saying then, are you saying then you think would you say MKX is worse than Spider-Man?
stop saying worse. Fuck.
Worse.
Stop saying it's worse. Would you choose this or this?
Well,
It's garbage.
Wait,
I'm
you
kidding. I
proposed-
like
Stop
this
saying
game.
No,
worse.
no, no. You proposed MKX
Not
at 5.
good as.
I agree with MKX at number 5. Does any of the 3 of you agree with MKX at number 5? Because Max proposed it, I agreed with it. Anyone I want
That's why he's here.
That's why you're here.
why he's here.
That's why you're here, because you know you do.
That's why he's here. Look how sad Kenny is.
You know you
wow.
do.
Kenny, realistically, look at me. Where was MKX gonna go?
3.
MKX, I could.
It redefined.
Where was it going?
It redefined how people actually play fighting games.
I'm gonna be real. It is the best Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it is the best Mortal Kombat. And the thing is, when it was on Twitch,
you guys have put
Mortal
more
Kombat
hours
X
into MKX than
dominated.
fucking dominated.
It was dominating
so
Twitch. It was the
crazy.
only fighting game to dominate
This fucking
Twitch
game dominated
for
the
so
internet.
long and started people's careers.
you guys have technically
Like so many people got their Twitch careers because of fucking X. and it wasn't on there like any other. It was there
'Cause it was
for
fun to
a
watch.
long fucking
And
time.
it still is fun to watch, dude.
Yeah.
You guys have probably put more hours into MKX than any of the other games on here,
Dude,
except for Buster World.
No fucking shit. I put more hours into MKX than any other fighting game over the past 10 years. I'm not even shitting. Like,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
So what do you say, Nico? What's number 5?
This one I don't have much to like in because MKX I don't have much of history with.
So you would put it at number 5.
Simmons. Simmons, please.
Like, yeah, but I also
This
like,
is why you shouldn't
this is
suck
why I
Simmons'
wanna-
dick
I
when
wanna
he puts
hear
Nier
what-
Automata. We
Right?
should
Like,
take
what
that
the
shit out.
fuck?
We should
Yeah,
take it out
it's
from the beginning.
What the
Here,
fuck,
don't lie to me about that.
Because we were being nice.
Top 5.
We're being nice.
It shouldn't even be on there.
And you're whining.
It shouldn't have been even on there. Near
Why? Like when you
Automata.
complain.
One guy played
fucking
it.
8.
I mean,
Simmons,
shut-
watch your mouth,
shush,
Simmons.
Shush, shush, shush.
Dude, there's a child here, dude.
There's a
Come on,
child.
bro.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
There's a child
I didn't
right
even
here.
see her.
Yeah, she can.
Wait, what?
She snuck in.
She went
Look how sad
behind
she is
me.
now, Simmons.
Yeah, she snuck in.
Oh
How
my
you doing?
god. I didn't see that.
Hey, tell me
Dang.
something.
Well done.
Tell me. Oh, she used her ninja moves.
Nice.
All right, so MKX 5.
Well, so I'm curious. Wait, so for you guys, do you think MKX goes?
What are you doing?
Do you think Spider-Man is better than MKX for you guys?
We already made our bet.
Okay.
Our bet is made.
She just grabbed my neck, dude. Okay. All right.
She's like Sally. She's like Sally.
Okay, I'm fine. You
did it. Holy cow, you're taller than me, Ripley. Whoa.
Oh, jeez. She's way up there. She grabbed
way
a
up
lot of
there.
chest hair getting up there. Ow. All right.
What it's there for.
All right. So, we're at 2-2.
Very content.
Are we gonna have to flip a coin? It doesn't.
Wait, so who's left to decide then?
You.
You. It's literally you.
Oh, is it me?
You're the one.
Yeah.
So
They want it. They want it above 5.
Make a decision. What's 5? then?
So, okay,
Well, Max
so,
would have to literally be choosing between almost his 2 favorite PS4 games. Well,
And that's
Bloodborne's
fine
up there.
because it's democracy, so it doesn't
It-
matter.
it's like, yeah.
It's democracy, so it doesn't matter.
wait, so you say MKX is number 5 or not number 5?
I promoted it to be number 5.
Okay, and then you say that's how? You say you agree with that?
I agreed with it.
And then you both don't want you want that to be 4. Okay.
Only because I'm looking at the other 4 and I'm like, jeez.
I've already stated what should be.
Yeah, I
5.
know.
So
I feel slightly bad getting to this point because I know that this is an important.
Someone's gonna be upset either way.
I know this is an important game for them though.
I'm already. I did Spider-Man there. It's just I've lost.
checked out. Checked out
lost.
after that. As soon as Spider-Man made
All
6.
hope is the hope that was
hope
left
is
in this.
lost.
Checked
is
out
lost.
immediately.
Everybody's dead.
Grab my hair.
All right.
What say you, Nico?
So you can choose. I'm already done. So you know you won't hurt me.
Put an M. Put an M. There's an M on the board. You can't erase it. You can't use. Ah, there you go. There you go.
He's writing Mortal Kombat.
This is
Wait, this is right here. This is it. This letter does it. This letter does it. Come on, bro. I need a break.
Is it an R or an N? I like how
How many games could this be?
it's all good. I like the showmanship. You know what that was? That was
That's
like,
cute, though. It's
yeah, it was like
You can only do that with that.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I know this game means a lot to you guys.
You ever see Casa de los Famosos? It's like. Y que se vaya la casa es. I'm like, dude, get on with it already.
Just do it already.
Just yeah. Who's seen Casa de los Famosos when they do that thing and oh my god, dude.
MKX over Spider-Man as criminal.
Nico just assumed World was gonna be 4.
Oh, it made a bold-faced assumption?
Yes, he did.
Oh, did I overstep? Is that, are we just going for
No,
this?
I agree. I'm fine with that.
Out of the three that we have,
I would put Monster Hunter World over Ghost of Tsushima and God of War.
No.
Nope.
No.
But that's me.
You're not winning
Okay,
that.
well,
Max.
okay.
You're not winning
But
that.
that's me.
so
You're
God
not
of War is probably no. But what about Ghost of Tsushima for you guys?
No.
No.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Well, that he's already written it, so there it is.
There it is.
The real question
He was
now-
correct.
So the real question is now.
where does Dad of Boy go compared to Ghost of Tsushima?
Ooh-wee, that's a tough fight.
I like, by the way, I just want to throw out there.
Shut up, Nico.
No, I,
Shut up, Nico. Shut up.
Nico, shut the fuck up right now. I invited you to my house.
all I'm saying is,
Shut your mouth. What are you trying to say?
all I'm saying is we haven't said anything about this.
Well, yeah, so shut the fuck up,
Okay,
Nico.
So, if we're gonna bring that into the
Shut the
conversation,
fuck up, Nico. What the fuck, bro? Jesus Christ, man. Don't know how this shit works.
Wait, what if we just say what our three? What our? Should we all just say what our personal third is of the three left?
Sure.
Or is
Yeah,
should we go about it that way?
I think you know what? I'm gonna be real. I think I know what my number 3 is. Should I just say what it is?
You're saying it's Ghost.
Actually, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm saying number 3 is God of War.
Dad or boy, he says for 3.
And the only reason is because Ghost of Tsushima was my Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It was my Animal Crossing of FF7 was also one of those too. But Ghost of Tsushima was like the world has crumbled, bitch. But
I can live in this peaceful, beautiful,
riding my horse in this
Nice.
beautiful land type shit. Like
The
to be real,
wind and
FF7 started that.
doing haikus.
It was the wonderful escape game of the world is now imploding, you know.
Yeah.
But when it was already imploded, we've been stuck in our house for 6 months. Tsushima was there just to follow the wind, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll go with that too, because I'll say Dad or boy at 3 because Steve,
What if we just put?
multiplayer.
You guys are fucking this whole thing up. You're giving Max.
You're
giving Max what he
You're
wants.
giving Max what he wants, and you guys don't even see it. This
Yes.
is fucking
Oh, I know what he's doing.
All right, then
I know
why
what he's doing from the beginning.
So then why are you following it?
It's because I'm fine with it.
Oh my god, dude. That is wild.
fine.
It is not
It's
fine.
fine.
how is
Give
it not
this man
fine,
what he
dude?
wants, bro.
How is it not fine?
It
It's
is not
literally.
fine. You stop
It's fine.
stop manipulating.
It's
Stop
fucking
manipulating.
Literally the system game.
Oh my god.
God
bro.
of War and Ghost are the system
game.
games.
100%, bro.
Those two are the
God
system.
of War is
God
the
of
fucking
War,
shit.
God of
Is
War,
the system, bro.
God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, and Spider-Man
How
are
hard?
the
Yeah,
PS4.
right? Spider-Man should definitely
Are
be
the
up there.
PS4.
What is happening here, guys?
Those are the
How the fuck did
PS4s.
this happen? This is the worst democracy.
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking start yelling, dude. How the fuck did this happen? How the fuck did this happen, bro? Think about it. Spider-Man, not even top 5.
No.
It's
Not
six.
even top fucking
They're right
5.
there, right
dude.
there.
How did this fucking happen?
Their name is Nico.
I'm pointing
and
at
Simmons.
it.
Kenny,
Look at it.
Kenny,
Look at it.
You guys are upset that it's they did
Look
that.
at it, though.
That was
Does
them.
Just look. Does this make sense to you?
Steve, stop looking at me.
I don't say that. You're the problem.
that bitch was
You're part of the problem. I said it was
there's
3
three
of
of
us
us.
here.
There's two of us.
There's 3 of us.
It's all his fault.
There's 3 of us in the show game.
So how did it
How does that make sense, bro?
How did it
How does
happen?
this make sense?
You,
me, and Steve. How did they outdo that?
Guys,
Because you kept bitching about fucking Monster Hunter. And they outmanipulated that bullshit, bro.
here's what happened. They knew my love of Monster Hunter and how high it could go. They used that, and you guys don't like Monster Hunter as much as me.
Spider-Man, bro. It should not have been. You know that. You know that. As much as you love it, it should not have been Spider-Man.
Bitch.
And you know that.
Bitch,
You know that.
Bitch, I was about to put it above Spider-Man, God of War, and Ghost of Tsushima.
And you know that's crazy.
And Steve, because of multiplayer, bro.
It doesn't matter. That's all it has. That's all it fucking
Literally
has,
is the
bro.
game that brought us all together.
No, it's not. What the fuck are you
Everyone was
talking
brought
about?
together by
No,
this
it
game.
did not, dude. Come on.
Steve, I'm literally using your logic.
This game.
Memories.
This game.
Memories, Steve.
This game-
Memories.
Literal memories and
This
shit.
game
This
has
motherfucker
memories.
did.
We
This
have memories
motherfucker
together in Monster Hunter.
We have memories about maybe 10 to 12, 15 games in this motherfucker. You know how many games we played with fucking Black Cat? Are you fucking crazy, man? You know what the fuck you're talking about? No, you
Steve, it's dead.
No,
Give
it's
it
not.
up.
It's not dead.
It's
It's
dead.
right there.
What's
He has his
number
web.
3?
He's got
What
his
is
web.
Yeah.
He's got his web, bro. We're
right.
pointing at it.
Between these 3 games, what's 3?
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
100%.
Bloodborne, Data Boy,
I have to say, it's freaking. I'm just kidding. You saw the look of dread on your face, didn't you?
I was
Max?
just wondering what you were gonna
You're not
say.
gonna say it.
Go ahead and say it, Nico.
I was gonna say Ghost of Tsushima.
However, because it's 2-2, you have to break, but you have to drop.
Yep, you're right. So I have to drop that, and
You
now I
have
have
to
to.
say-
Now I have to pick. Now I have to pick.
Now I took
between-
them in Bloodborne and God of War.
Bloodborne or
number
Data
3.
Boy.
I already know my answers.
Well, okay.
Well, you
If you're gonna fuck this up, then you better. If you're gonna fuck this up, then you better make sure God of War
You
B2.
better say why.
Yeah.
But here's
Because
like,
you're gonna
here's the
fuck it
thing.
up. You're gonna.
like
This is easy.
here, look.
This is easy as
Look,
fuck, dude. I know.
Bloodborne, you know, hey, good vibes, good whatever.
So
Story, like
cool.
God of War has the
Yeah.
gameplay and the story right there in its face.
Right there in
And
its
right
face.
there. And I don't have to go and read a sword and like, oh, this sword is, you know, Johnny Doran's sword. And
Yep.
like, his sword was by his father, so I have to read about this
Get him.
nunchuck.
Get him,
Oh,
Kenny.
there's the nunchuck. Oh, so now I just put the pieces together and
Get
I
him.
wait, okay, now this sword
Yep.
and then this, you
Look
know,
at this
fucking
bullshit.
thing. Oh, okay, that's kind of the story.
Yep.
When I just get it right in my fucking face.
Right there.
Right there. It's a movie and there's just drama and
Yep.
it's like he's putting on his chains and fucking crying, man.
Crying!
Crying! Kratos is crying!
Thank you!
And he has to go back! And here, oh, this is the fucking, Book of Nagaram!
Right?
Oh, wow!
What's
so
on
the
it?
Book of Nagaram!
It's a mystery.
will go to this!
It's a subject matter of
Now
this
I'm getting the story!
Oh!
Jesus fucking Christ!
And don't forget, God of War has a fucking legacy! A fucking legacy!
And godlike gameplay!
I
Nico,
fucking
get out
know
of this!
What is wrong with you?
I will say, the God of War gameplay does have some rough spots in the last third.
Oh God!
Yeah, it starts to wear out.
Some of it
a little
like
bit.
starts to wear a little thin towards the
little-
last
a
third,
little bit.
and it gets a little bit better with like the final battle and stuff like that. Like the dragon fight really helps it.
But we were
like-
talking top.
Well, you know what reminds me of God of War, the spot that I don't love the most, when you have to revisit the mines when the boy is starting to go crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Part's not particularly great.
yeah.
Like, and then
then
I was
you
like
know,
getting a
too,
little done. Like,
you almost forget because when you go for the first time, there's stuff you notice that you can't reach or do. Oh, that's going to be a game.
that's gonna be there later for the boy.
But then you almost forget about it. But then when it does, like, oh god. It's
And yeah, I agree with you. Combat's god, dude. I like the combat more in God of War 1 than even Ragnarok. Weirdly enough, I don't know why. I'd have to go back and investigate why. But there is a point where it's like
I've done.
I've
all that the game
whacked
has to
these
offer a
guys
lot.
this exact way with this axe and these chains like a lot.
Isn't Bloodborne 30 frames per second?
Oh, dude, it's not even.
Lucky.
Well, not even.
It's not
You're
even.
lucky.
This game is the most imperfect game up here.
There we go.
But because of its strengths, it is so fucking powerful.
Oops.
It is so fucking powerful in terms of what
Okay.
it still has. This
The
game
moment-
still has the
Zach-
best gameplay of any of these fucking Souls
Give me
games.
a
It's
moment.
also better than Elden Ring.
Give me a moment.
25 frames per second, chat. That's all you gotta say.
Give me a
Jetson
moment.
asked when you're gonna finish Bloodborne with him.
Give me a moment.
Just donated.
Yeah.
That in Bloodborne that is better than when you first see Boulder, and then Boulder's just disrespecting Kratos, and you're like, who is this guy, bro? This guy is gonna get annihilated, bro. And then that fight happens, and this guy is equally as strong as
as you.
Kratos,
Yeah.
and they're smashing things, and he's getting
got
pushed
it.
through the rocks. You're like,
got it.
God damn, bro. You're like, bro, come on, this is that. He's like, oh,
got it.
and then your mother's a whore. And Kratos is like, oh!
I got it.
Ew, come on.
I got it.
Was it when you read the cookie of Miltor and realized the cookie of Miltor was made by Goran the Great
you
because
play-
you read the sword?
You play Bloodborne the first time and you're like, that was good.
Yeah.
And then you like learn about some shit and you go through a second time. I will never forget this shit, bro. You get like 3/4 through the game and you get back to the nightmare. And you're going through the
Nightmare
nightmare.
Mensis.
And there's all this shit in the nightmare that is like you're starting to pick up on. Like that, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. And then you saw this pathway, you do this shit, and you get these things, and then all of a sudden it leads you back to this one area where you take, you drop the brain and you think it's done. You take the fucking elevator down and it's pitch black.
Remember about that thing we have to make the
Motherfucker, it's pitch black. And you sit there
Not damn
and you
cookies.
start like thinking, and you go in there and you're with your fucking torch, like, where the fuck am I? What the fuck is going on here? All of a sudden, there's this massive fucking eyeball just looking at you, and you're like, what the fuck? And you start looking around this bitch, I'm like, is this the fucking brain I dropped earlier? What the fuck? It's still alive? Why is it looking at me, bitch? And it just looks at you. And you whack it, and it's got a life bar, and you're like, wait, but I can sort of kill it? And you don't fucking know, and you start remembering, wait a minute, before I got here, I had this thing. Something said make contact, and then you do this shit. You go up to the goddamn brain, and you're like, and then I put it down, I'm like, nothing's happening. And then chat's in emote mode. They're sitting there in emote mode, freaking out because the mods put it in emote mode. So I'm thinking about doing this shit, and then I hold the fucking pose again. And I'm like, chat, I don't know what the fuck to do with this thing. I don't understand what's going on. Yada, yada, yada. 45 seconds later, my character does this. And then the brain goes, and gives me the item, and then it dies. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, this game's fucking crazy, dude. And then it's like revisiting shit, figuring out what you missed, what was there. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go over to this fucking area, and all of a sudden why is a cottage showing up? Why is the dead horse cottage showing up? What the fuck? Why is it taking me to Castlevania? What is this fucking game, bro? Now the game is Castlevania? This is fucking crazy, dude. Like, you missed this shit. I didn't get that shit on my first playthrough. It blew my mind that it was all there. Blew my fucking mind. Bloodborne to me was an 8 out of 10 when I first played it. And then I played through it again, I'm like, oh, actually I love it. And then I played it again. And then I played it again. And then I played it again. And there was new shit I kept finding every single time. I can't fucking believe it. It is one of the most replayable fucking games I've ever played. I've beaten this bitch more than I've beaten Final Fantasy VII. Anyway.
What's number 3, Nico?
Do you agree with anything I said?
That was a great story, Max, of you just making shapes with your hands and talking about.
You know, if you play with Jetstream Dan, you'd understand.
But the thing is, like Jetstream Dan, it's like here's the thing.
Chat. That was
He'll
great
hold your hand, but it takes away the spirit of the game. Then you have to get hit by the spirit of the game.
I did not have the hand-holding experience. I got an inclination that there's stuff I missed. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds really interesting. And then I went through it again, and I couldn't believe it, dude. It was like playing Zelda 1. It was what everyone experienced in Elden Ring for the first time. I was like, this story's fucking crazy, dude. Like, the church was hiding this shit whole time, and it gets deeper and crazier and crazier.
You know what's a crazy story? Kratos realizing that he had the bond with his son for the loss of his mother, and he decided that he was going to sacrifice everything to save the boy.
This is an emotional parenting story.
That God of War never got till that game.
Yeah. That was
Kratos just being
a complete.
No, but there were moments. The canoe.
It's great.
And then there were moments, and it was building, and it builds into the next game.
That's why I'm like, the people are like, oh, God of War's so much better. I'm like,
I agree. The story of this is
that's
also.
What makes the new God of War so much better is because he's such a rage.
Right, because they're trying to do something interesting.
So he's trying to actually get out of that. It's like honestly, it's like being
the story of this game
getting out of that
is amazing.
Yes.
It's better than the story of this game by a lot.
And it's also better by the other game. Point at the other game. Which is why I appreciate the story of this the most, because this introduced me to Lovecraftian horror.
It literally is like the embodiment of like Lovecraftian horror, cosmos, like crazy cosmos entity shit, and I fucking love it. And it's my favorite shit.
And so did God of War. It brought me to Lovecraftian horror, but it just made it obsolete. So that's why it was so much better than that. So that's
I'd like Nico to take into conversation how much he's disregarding everybody's opinion.
This
Nico, remember my story?
But better. It's Lovecraftian horror.
Dude, like
putting on the chains.
It gets rid of it. It gets rid of the Lovecraft, but it shows you.
And literally crying and realizing he has to go back to being a monster.
So you just know what's better. Because you don't have to worry about it.
This God of War will make you cry.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Bloodborne will. Did Bloodborne make you cry, Max?
It did not.
Oh, that's crazy.
It did not, but
that's crazy. How
I definitely
even Ghost of Tsushima when his friend had to betray the village, and you could see it in his eye when like he had the betrayal, and the dude is sitting there, and the facial features are so good, you can see him. He starts tearing up, and it was his friend. I was crying on that part.
Guess what? The actor that mocapped Kratos was not supposed to cry in that scene. He actually did because he was having issues with his children, and that fucking moment, He felt it. He was not acting. There was no acting there. That was him in that emotional state, and they left it there. That is the power of God of War. Bloodborne, he went like this. And then there was a brain. What?
Yeah.
And then you got the brain. Oh shit. Oh, and then the brain.
Yeah.
And then wait.
Yeah.
And then he went like this.
Mine-
Oh shit.
The
He
stories,
was there.
have you realized that
The brain
the
was there.
stories that I'm telling involve gameplay? Have you noticed that the stories I'm talking about
gameplay.
That was great.
literally involve saw and shit?
Show me the gameplay.
Okay, I'll show you the gameplay. He was in the corridor. He went like this.
Max hates us.
And then he went like this. And then he was like, oh shit.
And I don't think if a story just makes you feel emotion, that immediately makes it peak. I think stories should make you feel emotion. Which ones are better? Are we playing a video game or are we watching a movie?
Hey.
They
Little
need,
bit of both.
Hey, and you know what?
How about not both?
Some
Hey,
people,
when I went to the fights, I felt those fights because those emotional states brought me to that state.
Sure. There you go. I absolutely agree with you. I played God of War. Dude. I agree
Especially
with
with Boulder. He talked about his mother. And you're like, who's this guy? Who's this skinny guy with some tattoos? He's going to get destroyed.
Yeah. I love a good story. Me and Simmons, yeah, I get it. The game, video games are about gameplay. 100%. This is why you guys always say Tetris is the greatest game of all time.
It
Blah, blah, blah.
you. And there's another argument. There's another game that we have argued on this list, on other lists, why it is so goated, because the way it integrates its story with gameplay wasn't just you're only watching cutscenes.
Right.
You're only giving the story, and then here's what the gameplay loop is, and have fun. No. It integrated story and gameplay in a way that was fucking revolutionary. It's Metal Gear Solid. Like, that was important. You had to look at the back of the box. You had to call up some people and do this shit. You had to literally learn the shit you learned gameplay-wise that moved the story forward. And, like, the story was involved with the game.
you are a participant in the
You're a
story.
participant. You're not just
Rather-
watching
rather
the
than
boy and the
just-
dad become emotional. They're like, no, you are embodying that shit. To me, I learned the story the same fucking way in this game.
Yeah, but like Bloodborne doesn't really give you anything else. It's just looking at the back of a
No,
shield
dude,
and
it's
sword.
it's also looking at the back of the sword, realizing, wait a minute, did that tell me does that mean this? I'm gonna go back here. Wait a minute, this is over here. Does that mean I could fucking
It's
do
about
this?
discovery.
It's about discovering the
Yeah,
story.
it's discovery.
It's about nothing being put on the plate, which is why everyone loves Elden Ring, because Elden Ring was the game that people discovered the story of too. It's why everyone loves that story, and I'm like, it's okay.
Elden Ring, I love that game. I played ungodly amount of hours. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I hugged some girl. She took my life force. I was happy about it. I don't know what the fuck.
craziest
When do
part-
I get to the story in this
The
shit?
craziest part about Bloodborne is that, like, every single piece of the environment, every enemy placement, everything is in a specific plot for a very specific reason. It all tracks back. It all ties back to a storytelling beat or something they talked about or something that led to this character doing this thing, the intentions of people back in the past.
Yeah.
Every single fucking thing and event boils down to this shit. And you're like, fuck, it's actually complementing the story. They accounted for this? They're really... And then it gets to a point where it stops giving you answers. Where no matter how deep you go, it starts to say, well, what do you think happened? And it's like, well, fuck, bro. Holy shit. That's fucking wild.
You didn't say what your number 3 was between the two.
I haven't.
You've been avoiding this.
I'm not actually avoiding.
Yeah, I played Elden Ring.
Nico's watching the stream.
And some guy called me maidenless. Some guy said, "Hey, you're maidenless."
I'm literally.
I know I'm maidenless. I hugged a girl.
Because he said a long time ago now, he said,
gave me a hug.
this is easy. This is easy. I'm
It is,
like,
I've already known. My opinion literally hasn't changed at all. So I'm just.
All right.
They're just talking.
The 60 seconds is definitely over.
Yeah. 60 seconds is over.
All right.
What's going on?
Nico, just write it. Right?
right what
Just
you
fucking
think
write
number
it, because
3
we're at the deciding factor here. Just write it. Just write it
is.
slowly.
You got a boy and
Just write it slowly.
Turn the list around. Turn the list around.
Which is 3.
Make it a reveal.
Yeah, make it a
Turn,
reveal.
turn it
Let's
around.
move.
Simmons, move the fuck out of the way.
Get the fuck out of here, son. God damn it.
Move out of the way.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus Christ, man.
Pull it out.
There you go.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, we have to jettison. We have to jettison.
I'll be here. I'll
Look at it.
So this is like I'm essentially gonna go all the way up to number 1, right? I mean,
Yes, you are.
He does. You
Yes,
pretty
are.
much know the top 3.
Yeah, you're doing it now.
My 2 cents on Bloodborne and God of War.
Oh.
Pretty funny that you guys would. It's like totally 2 different gameplays,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That you're talking about. I still think Bloodborne would be better than God of War because.
I'm her husband.
Right? No. Now you I said, I enjoyed your gameplay
Sure.
of God of War, right? But the only thing is that you said Bloodborne is more like experience where you have to try and figure things out yourself.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, but God of War, it was good. The gameplay was good, and the story was good, and you guys are all about the story. Totally two different games because you're trying to figure out the story in Bloodborne,
And the other one's presented to you.
and the other one is presented to you, but also the gameplay is presented to you. You don't have to figure shit out really too much in God of War because it's shown what you need to
Ripley's
do.
right here.
Huh?
I should know.
So, I
Bloodborne,
think,
you also have to figure out the gameplay in the same way you have to figure out the story, because it's not given to you.
Yeah, no, it's not given to you.
Yeah.
God of War was good, but it's given to you.
You discover it as you play through progress of the
It's-
game.
but it's-
It's not given
But
to
it,
you.
it,
Yes,
it,
it
it,
is,
it,
yes,
it,
it is, yes,
it,
it
it plays out like a
It
film.
tells you, yeah, it tells
Yeah.
you what
And
you're
then you
supposed
get all
to
the
do
way to
next.
the top.
Of the mountain.
See,
Does-
and the mountain.
You see the mountain.
You say, what's been going on? And guess what? You have to read and look in the mountain. And it's not
But-
given to you.
but-
And
It's
there's
literally the
this-
most
thing is-
mysterious and best part of the game.
And
because it
and you
actually
get
has
both.
mystery.
and you experience what those characters go through
But
when you're up and down.
Bloodborne, it has original characters. God of War is based off of what? The
Legacy.
Greek gods.
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology.
Not legacy,
and then
Greek
Norse.
mythology.
What?
And
So I
those
like
two-
the fact that,
those
like,
two,
I understand that,
Flashy.
but Bloodborne is more original
those two clashing.
than it is God of War.
Yeah.
That's why
You're
I
not
think
wrong.
Bloodborne is more on top. Better than God of War.
Thank you.
I wasn't
She's right, dude. Guys, she's right.
So, in other words, what she's saying is that God of War was
Yeah, so God Wars is
Hey, I'm
really
trying
good
to make my
gameplay.
argument
story
Yeah,
seems
to
it's
Nico,
really good.
because
And
it's
so
Nico's
is the
decision,
gameplay.
right?
So are the
The story
characters.
is also
So is the
really good.
progression
No,
of the game.
it is, but it is predictable.
God of War's predictable?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, you know that the dad and the boy are gonna become.
You never know. You never know. What the fuck? They could have
Steve is literally trying to gaslight us right now.
They
know
could
where
have
the
went a
story's
completely
kind of
different
gonna go. You know where it's
you think
there's
the boy
like
dies?
two choices.
They could have. They've done it
I
multiple
think
times.
that game was setting up that.
Multiple times because they want it to be a sad story. Hey, look at a Samurai Jack. Like I didn't expect.
We're
them
not
to
talking
murder-
about Samurai Jack.
I know that,
dude.
but you understand that.
Yeah, you
any time it could have gone left.
But if that game suddenly killed Kratos in the end,
Yes.
you think people would be happy?
no, but they could
So
have
they
done
can't
it.
do that.
They could have absolutely.
It's predictable because you know there's going to be sequels and shit.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
You know exactly where the story's going to
Sony
go.
will never let him go until he stops selling. They will milk Kratos' nipples dry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Last of Us. Any director, any producer,
Talk
any
about something else now.
Any dev could have killed off the
Yeah,
character.
about something else.
Could have killed off the
But-
character at any point in time. You never
Steve
know.
keeps talking about other things.
And that's why it is not predictable because you don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen until I got to the
Because
end.
Joel
Friggin'
was
thing
never
over.
the poster child. Who was front and center on the first game's box? Who's it
Okay,
about?
let's flip
It was
this thing
Ellie.
over.
Because they could
Always
switch
Kratos
it.
was crying.
It was
Switch it.
always Ellie.
They
He
could have switched
cried.
it at any time.
No, I'm waiting for you guys to stop talking.
Oh,
No, you should write it.
yeah, right. What are you doing?
You
What
know,
are you
You guys are out here still arguing.
No, said that
Steve,
they're arguing.
Steve always derails the argument by talking about other games.
Not at all. Not at all.
You literally
I'm
are,
making
dude.
examples.
Yeah, because your game is not the example.
Because you're saying that, oh, it's predictable. And I'm saying, no, it's not predictable. And I'm using
it-
examples of other games that you might think are predictable.
But your game is predictable. The one you're arguing is. Just because other things aren't doesn't mean this one is.
No, but I'm saying that it's not predictable because of so much unpredictability that is in the prediction of the game. There's so much prediction that if you think about the prediction, then it's not predictable because you're predicting the same thing that is right there that has to be predictable.
Kenny knows it's over. Kenny's like, this is so fucking over. He's
What?
he's on his phone. He's
I'm
like,
just
this
gonna
shit.
watch one of the best moments in video games of Kratos putting on the blades of chaos.
This makes so much sense. That's why it's not predictable, guys.
I'm just gonna watch this, chat. I'm done.
Oh, see, yep, exactly, yeah. Oh my god, and the boy was really sick. Don't forget that part. And we had to go and save him. Like, everybody knows that part was really...
But that story was given to you.
Yeah, it's
In
a great-
Bloodborne, you had to figure it out.
It was given to us, but You had to progress to that part to get to that
But
given
then,
moment.
yeah, everything was.
I'm just
but
gonna-
it's
I'm not even
still
saying
based-
anything.
It's not an original like Bloodborne is. It was based off of Greek mythology. Okay. And it was really cool. It's like, oh, cool, Medusa. Oh, cool. You know, another Titan.
And then,
stuff like that.
then you really get down to Bloodborne's story, and it's all about discovery. But it really comes down to how entertaining is it to discover those things.
And actually,
When you just like, oh, I gotta read this book.
It's the epitome of
And now I found this
entertainment.
run thing. I found this rune that tells me where this mysterious lady comes from and her entire background.
So I gotta read a bunch of slop just to get to the moment that actually
No, and
tells
then
me
you
about
get to
something.
her and she talks about it.
That's like, what is happening here? I need to know what I'm supposed to do.
All right, Nico,
right
save
now.
All right,
us.
Nico.
I'm so done.
Wait, what is he doing?
I'm so done.
What is he doing?
Alright, let's push it up there.
He closed it up.
The top three.
Yeah, so I wanna be.
No, because you can't open it.
Real quick, I just want to say,
You can't open it.
literally nothing you guys said changed my mind at all. So you like talked for 30 minutes and it did nothing. So I just want you guys to know that.
That's crazy.
So, personally.
All right,
Yeah,
here's Ghost of Tsushima at number 1. Here we go.
All right,
ready?
good. He wrote all three, but
Yes.
how do we vote for
Because
number
we
one?
know what number one is
after he gets the first
after
two.
this argument.
Yeah. So essentially, it was given. But anyway, I mean, obviously, like number 3 had to be Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
No, it was always gonna be number 1. Of course it was.
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah!
It was always gonna be number 1.
Okay, I put go. Yeah, okay. I was glad Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, because it had to.
Come on.
Right? It had to.
Come on.
It had to. Yes. Okay.
Simmons, what do you think?
I would have put Data Boy at 3, but
It is at 3.
I personally would
It
have
is
put
at
Ghost
3.
at 1.
I would have put Ghost at 3. I would have put
would've
Data Boy at
Ghost at
2, and then I would have put Bloodborne at 1.
The thing is yeah, we're getting outvoted on 1.
Yes. And it's like
Because I have a different one than you and Kenny, but they have the same one.
Bloodborne.
Well,
How come we couldn't vote on
PS4
one?
game for a long.
Because it was already decided.
Why?
Because if it got down to it, Ghost of Tsushima gets axed, right? So Simmons is the only Ghost of Tsushima. We have 2 Bloodborns and 2 God of Wars for number 1. But Simmons is going to lean Bloodborne in that situation.
You're gonna leave Bloodborne, Simmons?
Over God of War?
Over God of War? Yeah.
There it is.
It didn't even make sense.
I like-
There's your democracy.
This logic made no sense at the very end. We're just saying, hey, which one is number 3? We have 1, 2, and 3. What? What can we do?
Welcome to democracy.
I'm watching this scene.
Kenny's just going to put on earphones and watch God of War.
There's your democracy.
He's going to
guys.
start crying.
There it is. There's your democracy.
like-
Rigged.
Like, I think
100%.
God of War is more fun to play than Bloodborne, but Bloodborne is I don't know.
Bloodborne's been my favorite PS4 game. It always was. So that's why I was. I mean, I just thought it was funny because no one was talking about it, and you were like,
Oh, shut the fuck up.
"Yeah, I
Nico.
know." I just thought it was funny.
That's the point.
I know.
Nobody has discussed it at all until
If-
you brought it up.
Look, if anything in the past 10 years, well, 8, but let's say 10
But I have to
years.
make it interesting. Come on.
If anything in the past 10 years has taught me, sometimes games are more than just
really loud.
their part.
Yeah,
like, you
it's
know, more
cool-
than
it's cool
just
to see.
some of their parts.
Yeah.
Sometimes a game, like certain aspects of a game, can not only override but excel a game.
So this has pretty much spawned a level of fandom and creation that has made other games. Lies of P is just Bloodborne 2. So many
right, like
spin-offs
this
and
game
things.
has issues.
Yes,
This game has technical issues because FromSoft still doesn't know how to program. But again, it's more than the sum of its parts.
And
where
to be
it's like-
real, God of War is also crazy, like revolutionary. It also changes the formula. But guess what? It also is Resident Evil 4.
Yeah,
It's RE4.
I think this is I think Dad of Boy is the best God of War game.
Yeah,
absolutely. In the franchise.
Absolutely. I do too. I think it's better than the old ones.
In the whole franchise, I think Dad of Boy.
I personally had more fun playing Ragnarok, but I understand the
And for anybody that says it's not RE4, the devs fucking said it when it came out. Shut up, chat.
Damn.
They literally said we were inspired by games like Resident Evil 4 to change the way God of War plays and shit.
Yeah,
Like
makes
RE4 is
sense.
still out here catching strays, dude. Still. So shut up.
Yeah, you know, funny thing is, I mean, I like God of War's story. I think it's great, but I personally actually like the gameplay of God of War 2 more than God of War.
I mean, the gameplay.
The problem I have with this game's gameplay. I mean, it is good. It was interesting. It was revolutionary. But I also find it frustrating because you're spending most of your time just being like, don't hit me in the back.
Yeah.
The moment you get
getting hit in the back's a lot.
you start getting like any more than 2. Remember that one fight? There's one fight really close to the start of the game. Like it's like right when you and the boy start.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like ice cliffs and stuff.
Yeah, you fall down into a thing, and then like a bunch of like enemies or like statues, they break free, and that area. Sucks.
You realize how much situational awareness is like important. And what is your awareness? Well, you're missing 180 degrees.
Exactly. You can't see behind. So you're just like arrows. You're like, okay, there's an arrow behind me, so just dodge, I guess. And it's just like, anytime you start actually getting to areas that are just full of fucking enemies, the game falls apart because you just can't see behind you. Like the game's just right up in Kratos' ass.
And I guess that's one of the things that didn't attach me to Ragnarok too much because that felt like it was happening constantly.
It was. They tried to add a little like warning.
There was more warnings
around you.
Yeah.
These little like red warning.
I get it.
And again, the gameplay is better in Ragnarok. It is. But Ragnarok goes on a little long.
I think it's
Ragnarok.
I think God of War's perfect length.
Right. I think Ragnarok overstays its welcome a bit. Where Data Boy, 2018 is more perfectly paced than Ragnarok.
I noticed you guys said something. God of War is more fun to play.
I do think it is. But
Bloodborne is.
Yeah, if you're going great sword like that, he refuses.
Let me roll. Let me roll. Oh, they got to stop. Oh, that's my turn to attack. Here we go.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually disagree. I actually think Bloodborne's more fun to play than God of War.
Oh, explain to me your gameplay.
The weapon.
My stamina's low. Here we go. Let me do a roll. Oh, the guy gets a
Why
spin.
didn't you switch weapons? You literally have 2 weapons on one weapon. Switch to the faster one.
Let me use the faster one.
I don't know what game he's playing.
I can tell you.
Let me roll. The other guys.
Why does he feel that way?
So why I feel that way and why I actually like Bloodborne more than any of the other Souls.
So much fun.
I love it because the game it literally encourages aggression. It forces you, instead of having a big clunky roll, you have this quick dash.
Fast, yeah.
Fast. You move up to them. And well, I don't love the counter system of the pistols and stuff.
It literally has the design of Doom.
Yeah.
Like it literally is like they want you to move forward and then get hit and keep moving forward. Like it's fucking smart.
And the transform weapons are awesome. I love the transform weapons in this game. Like, and they're all like there's some really weird ones, but they're all pretty fun for the most part. They all have something just weird you can do, and just like Lycaris' wheels kind of whack, but some of all of them are just like I don't know. I found them so fucking.
There straight up is more gameplay variety in Bloodborne.
There's a ton. Well, once we include Old Hunters, yeah.
They're just. And God of War is like it's figured out. Okay, make the axe and then later the chains. Make them really, really good. They're perfect. But like that's it.
But bruh, you sit
you are
here
doing the same thing
and
over
you
and over.
fight this demon horse, this guy that like literally gave his life to the church and it betrayed him, and he's turned into this horrible goddamn monster. And then you beat him, and he's screaming in agony, and it's just like he's not even a human anymore, dude. Let's just put this fucking guy out of his misery. 4 hours later, because he's a piece of shit, right? You hit him, and then he goes down, and it enters a cutscene, and he starts talking, bitch, and he's like, "That's right, I was this," and he pulls up the sword, and he'll pull back, and you're like, "Why is he standing on 2 legs? What the fuck is going on?" And he just starts swinging at your ass, and the music kicks in. Holy shit, dude!
And what makes
fucking crazy.
What makes that fight amazing is the fact that it's almost a reverse of what you would normally get. Where normally it's like
they're monsters.
You start
human
with
to monster.
human and he becomes a monster. Instead, he starts a monster and he becomes
a man, but he's this deformed, horrible creature. It's so fucking poetic, dude.
I love it. Maria, it's like I fucking love that fight, dude. I
Maria in the clock tower?
Yes.
I was upset that wasn't Soul Calibur 6.
Dude, that's my favorite fucking fight in the game. I love that fight so much.
Those wishes.
Fight with Maria and
what did she say? Best leave.
And then the god, dude. Then Kaz, this thing literally gets born from its dead mother. And it's been experimented on, and it finally arrives into the world, and it's using the placenta as a goddamn weapon.
Oh god!
And I'm like, and it's just screaming. I'm like, why is it an old man? This is so bizarre, dude.
Yeah, a corpse should be left well enough alone.
Dude, I love that story so much. That like the entire thematic of the game is because these people just peered so far into science and to learn more, that they were just like fucking with gods. and nobody knew it, and they just kept going and kept going, and it kept putting them deeper and deeper and deeper into the nightmare. It's so cool, dude. It's so sick. It's so awesome.
So I just want to point out, Max mentioned all those cool things, but he didn't talk about the gameplay.
Dude, I'm literally doing gameplay while it's happening.
Just did though. I just
literally doing gameplay while it's happening, bro.
I'll tell you what's actually more fun to play: Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Spider-Man.
But your point is wrong. We are actually describing gameplay, dude. We are fighting those monsters.
That's weird, wacky moments.
You're talking about placentas and
dude,
swinging them around. And shit.
gameplay?
I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Guess what? When he swings the placenta halfway through, you could parry him.
Oh, shit.
Thing. Yes, I am playing a video game. I am not crying while watching a dad and his son reconnect.
You can parry.
I am fully playing a video game.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm fucking fighting a placenta, I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna be tearing up because I'm fighting a fucking placenta. What the fuck?
And you should have played Bloodborne because it's emotional.
Yeah, that was totally emotional. I'll tell you right now. Niagara Falls is coming out of my eyes. Holy shit!
Chad, here's a few things you gotta remember, right?
Gameplay
Gameplay.
Gameplay is Kratos will fight something, yell at the top of his lungs, fight something, you will feel the impact of every single one of his hits. And he's
switching weapons.
And you feel the most visceral combat in the game, and you switch a weapon.
He's switching weapons.
You can switch weapons and make
Combo
it
with the weapons.
Matrix shit, punching enemies in the air, like blasting
Combos with the weapons.
You're like smashing them, and then I played Bloodborne. You're like,
Steve,
like all that shit. You feel like a rage monster playing that game. You're fighting, and you feel rip them in half.
You feel like a god.
Yeah.
You are the god of war. By the time you get to the end,
Spartan rage. Dude,
Steve?
I can't even fucking believe it, bro.
Steve liked God of War so much it took him a year to beat it. Oh God, he
said
was so addicted. It was so good. He couldn't put it down.
Christ.
listen.
Spider-Man made Xbox players cry. Bro, we had Spider-Man, and we're flipping through the city and doing all this stuff, and people on Xbox were outside of the window looking in at people having fun on a PlayStation 4. Because Spider-Man swinging through the air, hitting people around, doing all this stuff, and Xbox people were like,
left and the right here.
you know?
Kenny was getting happiness from other people's sadness. That's why it's better.
Jesus Christ, no.
That's my thing.
I just want to point out.
Jesus Christ.
It took me. It took me forever
give
to
it,
beat
then
Ghost of
take it
Tsushima.
away.
Still loved it. It took me forever to beat Spider-Man. Still loved it. Took me forever to beat RE7. Still loved it. This argument that took me forever to beat. Yeah, it did. But I still fucking loved it. And I was happy. I took the time to do that.
for Fall Guys in between all that.
Yes, because those games were great in their own right.
Memories.
Yes, memories. Thank you.
Chad, if it makes you feel any better, we're literally arguing about all 10s. These are all 10s,
Yeah,
all right?
pretty
This
much.
is so it's getting unbelievably motherfucking insanely subjective, all right? So if you don't agree, you can eat our ass.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the taint.
In a row.
And the taint.
Yes. From taint to back.
Yes, all the way through.
And then one, and then the other, and then the other.
And then swing your placentas.
And they can lick
Swing
the sock.
them.
Lick the sock.
Jesus.
Lick the sock. Praise the sock.